It needs no startup capital. It only needs you and your brain. Only you and your mouth. Only you and your comedic flair. Your jocosity in videos. It needs only you and your phone, no matter how old it is. It needs only you and your computer, no matter how decrepit it is. And when then you find out that you have all the resources you need to try and create some kind of an alternative career using social media, you will then get into research to find out. In the beginning, because I have a Mac computer, it comes automatically with iMovie. I edited on iMovie, and even then, there is this content creator by the name of Patricia Bright. I think she is a makeup content creator that I watched long ago when I was in computer labs at Wits 10 years ago. And she was asked a question in a Q&A by one of her subscribers: what video editing software do you use? And this woman responded by saying, I just use the video editing software that comes with my computer. It's called iMovie. And once I bought my Mac computer, because after the computer labs happened, blah, 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 I got my pension money, then I bought my Mac computer. I remember that Patricia said that she uses iMovie to edit. So I went looking in the applications inside my computer to try and find iMovie, and I found it, and that's where I used to edit. But iMovie is extremely restricted. You would know that if at all you're a content creator. Aspect ratio is an issue, blah, 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 whatever. It doesn't have very many features on it, but I didn't have money, so I just continued to edit on iMovie. So my videos were just basically collating videos that I have, and that's it. I never added music in the background. I didn't take out silences. It was just like that's it, bah. I plonked my videos in iMovie to collate them, bah, and that's what I shared online. So my initial and even before using iMovie to edit, because remember, I didn't have I didn't have a Mac in the beginning of my YouTube channel at all. I would, if at all, I had like segments of videos, like 10 videos that I had recorded in my cell phone device. I would literally post 10 videos, 10 clips on YouTube, instead of collating them in a movie maker to make it one video. So I would have like these little 3-minute videos that are like part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, part 6, because that's all I could record. And I didn't have, like I said, a video editor. I then found inside YouTube, there's a video editor inside YouTube that enables you to grab clips that you have uploaded on YouTube and put them in one video. I then started doing that, but once I got my Mac, I then moved that whole onerous process of first uploading on YouTube and then only collating them inside the YouTube video editor. I then used iMovie to do that because I remembered Patricia's advice. So if you go to my old content, you won't find it because I've privatized it, okay? But my initial videos on YouTube, literally, I could have 15 parts that are all 2 minutes long, saying the same thing, hoping that people are just gonna know to click on this one and then next, without even putting, what do you call these things, like end screens, to basically tell a person, this is the next video, this is the next video, this is the next video. I would just hope that people would go out of this one and go to the second one, go out of it, and yeah, which was very onerous. So my channel didn't grow, of course, because it was just hard to navigate. It was hard to navigate. But then I bought a Mac, and once I had a Mac, I used iMovie. And engagement increased to a certain extent, but persecution. I mean, there was a video that I had that once had 3,000 views, and that for me is huge, because those kinds of views are, to me, after that 3,000 view video, I just have never seen a video like that ever again. People have been getting paid for years. That is how intimidated by the gospel of the Lord Jesus Christ people are, and how much people have tried to keep me buried, and now I'm 40. This morning I wake up to overhear people lamenting about the fact that Una 40 but she looks 24. So that's what you've been trying to do, age me. And just because I haven't aged at the age of 40, I still look 24 I think. Now you're trying to make me 45. And because I have been prophesying things that have been coming to pass, now when I say that the Trump administration is going to set me free, now you've, never mind, shadow banned me. Make sure that after 10 years of being on YouTube, I'm going nowhere. Now you have also freaking deleted my whole YouTube channel. 10 years, dog. In all fairness, they haven't, the 1 year, 10 years is the one that's still here, the main channel. However, the second oldest YouTube channel is about 3 years old, and it's gone. The second oldest YouTube channel that I have is 3 years old, and they took that too. 3 years. And it was about 3 years ago that I started to be really serious with video editing, to a point of purchasing my first ever video editor when I got a small little amount of money. I bought Filmora, and it was a year plan for 800 and something bucks. I invested in my craft because I realized that this was my ticket out of poverty. I bought Filmora. Filmora introduced me to jump cuts. It introduced me to, what do you call this thing? Removing silences. To create engagement. I always wondered how video editors, how content creators manage to get that look without editing for 10,000 hours. I started to watch, if anything, I started to watch, what do you call this? I started to watch about 3 years ago because I was very intentional about growing my YouTube channel now. I started to watch a whole bunch of content creators online that share tips and bits about how to grow your YouTube channel. And I subscribed to them. I subscribed to, what are these channels? At some point I even had that plugin on YouTube called TubeBuddy. In video, I believe, and then like there's a lot of content creators that are known for this stuff. Like right now, if I were to go to the one channel that I do have left, and I scroll down, you will see that among the first people to whom I am subscribed are content creators that give advice on how to edit on YouTube. I just want to show more. YouTube puts them based on the people that you subscribe to, order of subscription. I started intentionally subscribing to people based on their ability to give counsel, all subscriptions. So I've clicked on all subscriptions, and now I'm in, okay, I'm going to explain to you what in the world happened right now. I'm in my animated, account. Okay, I just want to go to my main channel with 1,550 subscribers. I squint my eyes like that because I don't want to see how many subscribers I have because I've been coping with not growing, but now they've taken even that away. Okay, I'm not going to go into my videos. Sorry, my mouse only works on one particular pillow. I just want to go down. I'm subscribed to like I think hundreds of people, but in the beginning I used to subscribe I used to subscribe to just Christian content creators, yes, but also content creators that advise on how to grow on YouTube. It's that thing that I was talking about with once you know what you want to do, you research it. You get into market research. You try to find out what it takes to do this, that, and the other. Come on, no, don't be slow on me, computer now. I'm trying to prove a point. I'm trying to explain to people a thing here. Understand that enough is enough, okay? It's been 10 years and this freaking abuse that I am enduring. After you have established a rapport, after you've been with people for a decade that have been doing this to you, you're gonna develop a parasite. They're gonna develop a need for you. They're going to be possessive of you. The people that have been surveilling me, making sure I go nowhere. The people that have been surveilling me, making sure I go nowhere are like tumors. They are parasitic. They have grown on me like a virus. Do you understand? They're coursing through my veins and are spreading like a virus. But they've been with me for, some of them not a decade. Some of them only about 3 years ago that they rocked up in my space. 2 years ago, but others have been with me literally for 10 years. Others have been surveilling me for 10 years. The billionaire that I've amassed for myself as an abuser, that is sitting alone in a courthouse in a dream. That little creep, is recent. He came maybe like last year. About last year before, alright? I'm busy scrolling. I'm subscribed to so many people on YouTube. I can't tell you how many, but certainly not, can't be thousands. It can't be. I mean, I don't subscribe to just about everything. Anyway, look, I actually want to go down so I can find all of these people that I am subscribed to that give a whole bunch of advice, but it's taking like forever and a day for me to get there. I mean, if I'm on only one Jess here, she was just the other day. I don't want to bore you, but at the same time, I also want to prove that there was a time when I was doing nothing but subscribe to advisors on YouTube, like people who just do like secular. They're not necessarily Christians, but they give advice on how to proliferate YouTube channels. Oh my goodness, like how many people? You can't tell me Ruslan is the first person I ever subscribed to here. I'm pretty sure that's not true. I'm not finding them. Anyway, look, maybe it's because I was in their channels from another channel that is gone now. That they've taken away from me, but I'm not finding them. Maybe it wasn't in my main channel where these people were at. Maybe it was another channel. I should be finding them here, but I'm only finding what do you call this? Film booth, yeah, see. Film booth, I'm finally finding it. Catherine Manning, right, gives a lot of advice on how to grow a channel on YouTube. Catherine Manning, I subscribe to her for that reason only. She's not a Christian, just a influencer that also gives counsel on how to grow YouTube channels. Film booth is another one. I'm subscribed to them over here. But yeah, look, a lot more, alright? On my other channels, there are people who are here who I am subscribed to that do this thing, but I'm not finding them. I think motivation. No. Yeah, look, there's a lot more. I just wanted to find them so I could prove. And this happened about 3 years ago. Okay, 2 to 3 years ago, there is, oh yes, Troy. No, not Troy. Not Troy Goes Fishing. That's, I think, is it Troy Goes Fishing? Anyway, look, there was a guy that, I'm pretty sure I am subscribed to in one of my YouTube channels, okay? That basically gave the hint that it is possible to remove silences from your YouTube channels and create pacing for yourself with software. And when I heard him say that, I followed that up and I looked for a video editor that removes silences, that does jump cuts. And the first one that came recommended on YouTube, or not on YouTube, but on Google search engine was Filmora. So I bought, after careful study, careful investigation of what to run with in these streets, I then bought Filmora as my first ever video editor. But Filmora frustrated the living daylights out of me because my computer was already at that stage getting old. Okay, I'm not going to keep on testing this. My computer was getting old, and Filmora has got a massive library. It's just big, and if your computer's not like the most recent one, and also if it's not like Microsoft, but it's rather Apple, if it's not an HP, like a Hewlett Packard or whatever, but an Apple, more so, does it give you grief. Like, it just does not gel well with the operating system mega Apple. So yeah, Filmora kept on making my computer crash, and so by the time the year was over of my subscription, I was like, I'm not doing this. And it was during the time when Filmora was giving me all of these problems and I had to log all of these calls with them that I then did more research online to find alternative video editors that I could maybe move over to and pay a subscription for once I'm done with Filmora. And during the time when I was at the tail end of my Filmora subscription, I found CapCut and learned that, oh, this I don't even have to pay a subscription to remove the heinous watermark. I can just have it for free. So I basically found CapCut because of frustrations with Filmora. But the reason why I even looked for CapCut or video editors like these was because I no longer was a novice content creator now. I was no longer just a woman posting little 2-minute videos that are part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, hoping that people are going to move on to them. Now I am a serious video editor. Now I am a content creator, and normally, like the real deal, like it's like a proper job now, where you actually put in the time, where workmanship actually matters, where quality actually matters, where you invest in effects, where you invest in background music, where you invest in jump cuts, where you invest in cleaning up, color correction, all that jazz, where you invest in captions and whatnot. I grew more and more interested in that. These content creators that give advice as to how to grow your YouTube channel, among the biggest advice out of literally all of them, the key thing that was paramount amidst all of them was shorts, right? I did not care even in the slightest for shorts because I'm very long-winding, I'm verbose, I can speak from here to Timbuktu, and I've got a very big message on my heart to share. And so because of my gargantuan message that is chilling richly on my heart, I just found shorts like redundant and like useless, you know. For me it was like, man, I have a big mess, I've got prophecy, I've got stuff that is big that I need to share in Christ, and I cannot be sharing it in just like a minute. So I thought these like dopamine short little things were just a waste of time, but they came highly recommended by these influencers saying that if you don't do shorts, your channel is not going to grow, because shorts will give you subscribers, and they will and you can use a short to introduce subscribers to long form content. You can create intrigue and interest in a long form video using shorts. So basically shorts became a means to an end, even though still to this day I'm not filling them, okay? Even though I love watching them on YouTube, I personally don't like creating them because it's just so much work for such little stuff, right? Anyway, whatever, but they were a means to an end, and I took their advice, I took their counsel. I not only started doing shorts, I started doing jump cuts. Captioning came highly recommended. I was also advised that on CapCut, captions come free. There was a time when CapCut captions were free, even on mobile. Now they're free on PC, but not for me, because I'm persecuted by ByteDance at the present moment. But yeah, I then started captioning and whatnot, especially my shorts. I made sure that my short captions were accurate, that they were edited. Hey Batong, I invested. I added effects, I added engagement, I added transitions and all that jazz. I put all that time in. If you go into my content and you watch my shorts, The last time that I posted them was like 1,000,000 years ago, but my shorts are such high quality. My shorts were such high quality that during the time when I was growing because of shorts, I got an email from the YouTube partner program to join their partner program in particular for shorts. For shorts only, not for the long form content. Nobody cares about that because I was not getting viewed over there. And even that has likely been retracted. They invited me, but they never got back to me afterwards. It's like I was spotted by YouTube and then someone was like, cut this off. This woman cannot join any partner program, because the moment you join a partner program, all of your complaints get hearkened to. When you write an email, YouTube has got to attend to it. They can't attend to the whims of every last random Tom, Dick and Harry posting on YouTube because there's so many people with like worthless channels. But once you are on the monetization program, you are in partnership with YouTube. So when you lay a grievance or whatever, they have to hearken to it. So these people made sure that I am on no partnership program so that I can't raise anything. And it was at that stage of me getting an invitation for my shorts on the partner program that suddenly Vrystad, my channels, all of them, I stopped growing across 5 channels. I was creating channels anew because I noticed that I would get slowed down at some point. There was a time when I used to think that this was witchcraft, that witchcraft was sitting on my content, but I'm too prayerful. I then was told by the Lord that this is not witchcraft, it's sabotage. It's actual physical sabotage. They are sitting on your content. And this is not a spiritual matter, it's human beings. At which point, that's when I started to directly address people in my content, because I knew that I was talking to miscreants. I was of the imagination that the Lord had a plan to redeem them for himself, and like Saul on the road to Damascus, they would change and stop persecuting Christians trying to kill them. I thought that that's what was going on, but instead it turns out that the Lord was using me and all of the sabotage of my person to essentially finish them off. This here is the final straw. This is the last thing that they will ever get to do to me. Do you understand? I mean, deletion of a YouTube channel is literally the last thing you can ever do to a person. Trying to eliminate a person with a prophetic gifting from the face of the earth when the Lord will have no such again a thing be done, when God has no interest that Karabo should be here. God has no interest that I should be mum. God does not want me just keeping quiet, silent, ntulile. He has given me a gift for good purpose, and these people think they can sit on the gospel. I thought that I was here to rescue Saul on the road to Damascus, but then now I realize that mine is a judging ministry. The intention is to extract Lot out of Sodom, for him to get out, so that God can burn Sodom down. It is a final judgment. It is an extraction out of Egypt, more than it is a Nineveh experience, where it is that you are prophesying over Nineveh as Jonah, and then the people would wear sackcloth and ashes, and then they end up repenting so that God does not rain disaster. My mission is not Jonah to Nineveh. My mission is Moses to Egypt. Take God's people out, destroy Egypt. My mission is take Lot out of Sodom, destroy Sodom. My mission is take Noah and 7 other people out from the world and put them in an ark, and then destroy the planet. That's what it is. South Africa is at the end of itself when it comes to judgment, because listen, for 10 years, they've been sitting on my chest to a point where somebody with whom, in parallel, I started a YouTube channel is sitting today on 176,000 subscribers, a married woman with children, and I, more or less give or take on a sliding scale, her peer, am still trying to I'm still trying to monetize. I'm still trying to make my first ever 4,000 watch hours, because they've made sure that that does not happen. The hamster that is out here rolling around on a wheel in not corporate South Africa, in YouTube, that monster that has been getting replaced over the past 10 years and has been surveilling me ever since, is still here. That, my dears, is how hectic the abuse on Christians and certain people in South Africa is using American platforms. That's how bad the issue is. Mine spans 10 years. I should be like Jen Jackson on nearly 200,000 subscribers. Or maybe Mike Signorelli, out here tapering on 1 million. I should by now, but I'm still on 1,550 subscribers. I'm not the only one. It is not just me that is sitting on this crazy statistic. And now they've literally taken it an extra notch out and deleted 4 of my channels. When I listened to Jan speak about her journey, I was like, just like Jan, she also spoke about how she started to invest in a ministry, do research, market research. I realized that this now was the only thing that I could do. Like in corporate South Africa, where I made an observation that I liked what they did in one particular team in marketing. And so I not dropped subjects at school, but I took up new subjects at school in order to try and veer myself into a new career. Yeah, from where it is that I was at. I was gonna make connections and talk, but then I was uprooted from corporate South Africa. I did the same thing on YouTube. I invested in what I imagined to be my coming future. I did. I invested in what I imagined to be my potential future. I was not always, for instance, a med student, but then I became friends with a med student, and when she was in 3rd year, I was now in 1st year. A little bit behind in comparison to everybody else, but I also want to be a doctor. I got to a point where I was like, I want to do this permanently because I have nothing else to do. I realized that social media was my way out. I had a plethora of talents. I wanted to do a cooking channel. I wanted to do pastry in particular. I wanted a clothing channel design. I wanted. And with these, I needed some kind of startup capital. However, I realized that with a talking head video where I am out here talking about the gospel, this could be the first thing to catapult me into the future. I never under heaven would have ever put my banking details or my PayPal in my description box if people had left me to monetize. But now, having nothing to my name, I rely on the scant donation that comes here and there. And these people have ascertained that even that is taken away from me, all in the interest of putting their freaking phalluses in my mouth. All in the interest of out here making semen run down my throat instead of up my uterus so as to make a baby. Men are literally trying to shove vile sexual practices down my face, because when they look at me, they see somebody feasibly doing fellatio on them as opposed to a gospel minister, for the reasons that I am persecuted, beleaguered on all sides, harassed. That is the South Africa. So they go from making sure I don't do anything on social media at all to now trying to make me their mistresses, performing vile deeds on their bodies because they feel entitled to me after 10 years of suffering, to a point of, upon imagining me an aphrodisiac or an erogenous zone just walking around, think that I am going to one day be handling their manhood so as to titivate their flesh just to get them to give me back my advanced features. They have literally sexualized and made out of me an OnlyFans model my struggle. They are trying to make me perform sexual acts in exchange for any kind of life at all. This is the gender-based violence of South Africa. This is why this nation is the worst one to live in as a country. And this here activity is precisely the reason why, by the time my case gets looked at by the US, it's going to be so easy for them to take me to themselves. Look at how quick it was for Donald Trump, just like that, as with the click of a finger, to give Afrikaners, albeit having a migration freeze, access into the US because of expropriation without compensation. Your brazenness and your bravado, your boldness in persecuting people on the ground with all of that arrogance and imagining you're going to get away with it is so exquisite that even when people have made a sound decision, a solid, sealed decision to close doors, they open them again because you are harassing people. Trump opened the doors of immigration into the US, or migration, or whatever, refugee statusing into America, even though he had closed the migration, like he had closed migrants from coming in again. Immigrants from coming in for at least the next foreseeable future. We don't know for how long. He put a ban on that and then opened it because of South Africa's indiscretion. Well, I'm not an Afrikaner, do you understand? I'm not a white farmer that is being burned. I am not a white person that is being told by Notabaloi that I am a Neanderthal or whatever. But I am a black person that the South African government for the past 10 years has displayed, provably so, just by looking at my YouTube channel with all of that data and evidence that I have, to indeed be awarded some kind of refugee status or asylum, safe haven in an alternative country. Otherwise, I will literally die. And when you listen to my rhetoric, South Africa is literally poisoning me to death. This is the kind of stuff that would cause a nation that has put not a travel ban, but a freeze on immigrants or a freeze on people coming into the country, to open it just for that one person or just for that few group of people. And I don't know how many times I have told you before that I'm moving to the US and that I'm going to get approved for some process. I don't know what. And it is this very thing that you are doing to me right now. That the fact that you even gave me a job and rescinded, like the fact that you kept on trying to shove me into jobs that don't make sense, getting me raped, like all that, yeah. That is the kind of stuff that causes people to open their arms and award asylum to people that are just unreasonably treated. You are arrogant as a country, South Africa, do you understand? My content is just so reaching and so strong that you have seen it fit to delete 4 of my channels, thinking that this is what's going to make Donald Trump not see me, or the American administration that is under him. You think that by deleting my content that I'm not going to get seen? You are naive. It is precisely because of your deletion of 4 of my YouTube channels that I'm going to get released. Because like I said, just like the same way that you can recover deleted photos from the recycle bin, because these cloud systems never ever truly get rid of anything. It's information that's precious to them, so they can surveil us all like Big Brother. My content will never go anywhere, no matter how much you try to delete every last thing on there. It'll always be recoverable. It'll always be recoverable. But you see, the thing about deleting content or an entire channel where prior to the deletion there wasn't even a single strike, there was nothing at all in there, you necessarily create curiosity as to, but why? Why would you delete 4 YouTube channels that speak the same thing? You give people curiosity. I might be long-winding, loquacious, and laborious when I speak, when I explain, and when I expand. So it's very hard for a person to look at me and my 1 hour long 5-part series videos and listen to them. But once you have deleted an entire channel and then reinstated it, or once you have deleted an entire channel and then caused for the reinstation of it, where once it gets dug up out of the ground, necessarily people are going to develop a curiosity as to why it was deleted, to a point of listening from part 1 all the way up until part 7. And the things that I speak in my content are so damning to this country as a whole that you are going to get arrested. Some of y'all put in prison, and some of y'all are going to be given that persona non grata, like Ibrahim Rasool. You won't be able to set foot in the United States of America again. And it is going to be the very reason why YouTube South Africa is going to pull out its franchise from this country. You are not going to have offices here anymore, because I've got 10 years worth of abuse on record. 10 years. There are not only date stamps, but electronic signatures belonging to certain people that probably don't even work for YouTube anymore. This person behind them, there's going to be a trail of cadavers discovered as to like proper 20, 40, 50 people that they did this to before they got a promotion inside YouTube, or before they moved from YouTube to another company, another digital marketing company. And from where it is that they're at, they're going to have a summons or some kind of an indictment to come and account for what they did. And because of what they did at their previous jobs, they're going to lose even their current jobs, because they were hired on good merit. They were hired on goodwill. Like you worked for YouTube for 5 years. And that's why we brought you on board in our digital marketing company, because you had that experience. But if you could do that to YouTube content creators, what in the world are you going to do to our customers in this digital marketing space? So people that are already senior managers in their new jobs, having started at YouTube, that was their boost, that was their bumper. They're going to fall from a dizzy height. They're going to lose their careers, because this inquiry is going to call them into account. And this accounting is going to be a public nuisance, a display of South African shoddy behavior, and it is going to get them fired from whatever jobs they're doing today. Unless they are entrepreneurs that are running their own businesses, they're not going to be able to stay in corporate South Africa. That's what's going to happen. So that's why I get it. Give me my channel back, so as to minimize the amount of investigation on your behinds. But if you don't, it's coming back anyway. I will only have to mourn a daughter in a coma for 4, 5, 6, 7 months before I am able again to see her talking, eating, walking, getting physiotherapy for muscular dystrophy. My kid is coming back. My YouTube channel, Iyabuya, like it or not. It's a matter of whether or not you bring it. I have invested in this channel. So y'all need to, not only this one, but these channels. Like, I've got 5 channels. Listen, I've only ever improved everything that I'm doing because I've noticed that you're coming for me, and I want myself to look really good when people come for me. First of all, you paid ByteDance, that stupid company that's dying anyway, to wreak havoc in my life on CapCut mobile. They've even come for my 3rd device now. I cannot access many features. Every so often, mid-edit, my stuff will suddenly disappear and I have to start again from scratch editing. That's why I'm gravitating away from the application that is CapCut. Across all my platforms, I already don't use CapCut PC. On PC, I am now everything on PC is edited on VN. However, I still find CapCut quite convenient on mobile, but only because old habits die hard. But largely, I can edit all of these things elsewhere and remove thumbnails, not thumbnails, what do you call this? Watermarks, using other software. For instance, BD Camera has got, I've got UCam, I am subscribed on UCam, do you understand? So, good thing they've got text and they've got music. Vidma has got stickers and text. Beauty Plus has got music, stickers, text, makeup. UCam has makeup, captions, but they're not that great. However, the VN video editor captions are really good. There are many softwares, right? Some of them have no watermark, like Beauty Plus has no watermark. Beauty Camera has no watermark at all, even for 1 hour edits, right? A face warp to create my animation has a watermark, but it's at the bottom right, and I can just like put something on there to hide it. Timebot has a watermark, I can put something there to hide it. Using an application that has no watermark like VN on my PC, I have a way around it. I never used to mind that little watermark at the top, yeah, CapCut, or even at the bottom, wherever it is at. But now I'm having to be divorced from CapCut altogether. I had to get out because they are persecuting me. ByteDance is among the companies that are harassing me. Maybe they're bitter because they've been prophesied to be eliminated, but I don't care. What I'm trying to explain to you guys is that with all of this persecution, I've noticed that obviously I must be reaching, there must be something that I'm doing that makes sense. So I've only ever improved myself. CapCut made sure that I cannot access the doll that I was using for my initial animation. Instead of keeping quiet about my doll or walking away from it, I made a decision to rather find alternative animation, and now I am switching up my animation. And it's looking better and better with time. I've started to add stickers and whatnot. Essentially, I'm improving my ministry instead of slowing it down. Now I insist on having jump cuts in every video. And not just, not jump cut when it comes to I realized that jump cutting or silence detection is extremely engaging. Like it makes it even that much better. So I insist on having jump cuts across all my videos. No matter how long it takes to edit, including this one, I'm going to have jump cut in it. That's what's good. Yeah, I invested in my ministry right next to the talking head, the importance of the information that I share, the reaching nature of the information that I have on my lips. Right next to that is just all these colors that are flying around in my content. It is all the anime. Well, this one is not going to have animation because this is a serious situation. I need to get this out as soon as possible. So I'm not going to be adding stickers and all different kinds of things that you can possibly add on a video. Here, I'm not going to add all that because this is an important final message of urgency to just warn these creeps, stop doing what you're doing. But the rest of my videos, there's a lot of editing involved in them. And I invested in all of that because I am trying as best as possible to be a believable, serious employee in the space of content creation because there is nowhere else where I can go. Literally, corporate South Africa has vomited me. There is nowhere else where I can go. Nowhere else wants to employ me. I tried to write. I applied for jobs within the writing space to write academic articles and all that jazz. I like proper, everybody has spat me out. I tried to sell t-shirts on Etsy. I tried to. What in the world do you want me to do? Like I said, fellatio on some filthy guy that's gonna give me oral herpes. I'm not going to settle in that filthy capacity, and I won't even have to. I don't even have to be scared that I might have to, because at the end of the day, the Lord will always take the side of a person that has embraced the second Adam, while the first Adam might in his brute nature as a primate, rather than Neanderthal, as opposed to who it is that Nota Bailoi calls white people, though the true Neanderthals here, the true primates, the true unevolved beasts, are the ones that are out here trying to force a woman's face on their loins. They are the ones. They are the ones that are true animals over here. And when I don't want to capitulate to the satanism of these animals, they're telling themselves, Utimina, my manhood, my phallus, will always get what it wants. It is the chief whip in the room. It always gets what it wants, and that's why it's nice and HIV positive. Because apparently there's no way out of it. And apparently, allegedly, I'm safe with a condom. Or maybe with what is the 10 of the morning after pill? ARVs. If at all the condom breaks. Or janka the ARVs just like in a rape kit to make sure that you don't contract the virus. Wait again. I'm being told all that stuff spiritually by psychopathic men that imagine that they can flail their manhood as a weapon of war on me. But I belong to God. If God be for us, who can be against us? Who? He exists, he lives, you're nihilistic. He exists, and evidence of the fact that he exists is in the fact that the fact that prophecy is coming to pass that I have shared, and evidence of the fact that he exists is the fact that you're so scared of me, right? And evidence of the fact that he exists is in the fact that either you're gonna give me back my channel within the next week, or Trump, but somebody's giving it back to me. However, depending on who gives it back to me, will there be a necessary, violent investigation commenced that is going to literally rip YouTube out of South Africa. The ball of how far this rabbit hole goes. I'm not even going to say it's in your court. It's not. The judgment is already here. Marana, personally, if you want to maintain exorbitant curiosity about me, you will keep me buried in a ditch, do you understand? Because once I am dug out, the very fact that you buried me will create curiosity as to what is it are they burying. And when they listen to my prophecies, yes, like in South Africa, I only born now, this is going to make news. It's going to be of international concern. You're going to make me a freaking overnight celebrity. I am going to be having people knock on my door to try and interview me. I'm going to have content creators try to collaborate with me. Christian content creators are going to want to collaborate with me. People are going to send me donations just because they wanna, just because they can. I'm going to be getting $1,000 in Jeffela, boo, in my PayPal. $2,000, boo, in my PayPal. People are just giving me money just because, whoa, literally they incarcerated a woman for 10 years. You have put me in a position to be spoiled by the world because of how much you oppressed me. I'm about to go shopping. Like, I'm gonna get an apartment and all my furniture is going to be bought cash. He showed me that I'm gonna get a new car, cash. He showed me that I'm not gonna have to pay rent. That means that whatever it is that is going to be my reward for what you did to me, it's going to be so lucrative that I'm going to be able to pay my debts within mere 2-3 months, even though these debts have been hanging over my head ever since I lost my job. And I'm also going to be able to buy big chunky assets like cars, cash. Yeah, you did that. You did that. I once had a dream of a BMW. At the time, it was a 1 Series. I don't know if it will evolve. But a BMW in Jeffela just landing in my backyard. As in, I didn't buy it. They just gave it to me. It's in Jeffela, land. BMW, white. The first time I dreamt about it, it was a 1 Series. This time around, it was a BMW, but it had a different kind of shape. I can't tell you what kind of a BMW it is. Just landing, as in with a big ribbon on it. Yeah, it blew. It blew like this color. Just given me, bah. I didn't buy it. They just gave it to me. That's what under heaven it is that you're going to cause the world to do. The level of compassion, that people are going to have on me is going to cause them to just give me things. And in the past, I've even seen BMW give me a car. Like, just give me a car. NJ. The first car that I dreamt about, that BMW, is not the first time I've seen a BMW just landing in my backyard. The BMW also had, you know, when you are representing a company and it is branded, like in a stadium, like think about the World Cup, how it is that you will have like Coca-Cola, like just fill up a banner of it just going there, and then here it's like Gap, and then there it's like Adidas, and then there is like Nike. Like across this whole stadium, there's just all these brands that are advertising during a World Cup match. Yeah, I had a dream of that BMW white having all different kinds of other brands just plonked on it, like, you know, stickers of other companies just plonked on the BMW, evidencing that not only will BMW sponsor me or somebody give me a BMW, if it's not BMW that sponsors me, somebody just makes a decision to buy me a new BMW. Right next to that BMW landing, there will also be other brand deals, like other companies that I am just walking around representing, and they all are going to endorse me. That's the level of compassion that you're going to cause over my life. People, it's almost as if they're going to be like, oh baby, you've been starved for so long. Here, have this for free. Here, take this whole entire 25,000 rand shopping spree for shoes for free. Here, take these purses for free. Here, take this luggage collection for free. Here, I'm so sorry. 10 years? How dare you? Here's a house. That is what you're going to do for me. And I have not been believing it. Just this morning, I woke up after a whole bunch of visions and knowledge, words of knowledge coming to me as I wake up. That's why I was praying, Spirit, lead me when my window without waters in the presence of my Savior. I was praying that Hillsong song on a loop because I saw a whole grand attack right next to a whole bunch of blessing. My mom, and like walking to me in the kitchen as I'm walking in, and she's like, looks like you're about to go shopping. She literally said to me in my dream, looks like you're about to go shopping. And I woke up and I ignored that, brushed it off, and then I sit on the toilet seat, open my emails, and I discovered that they've deleted my YouTube channels. Deleted. When am I ever gonna go shopping when they've deleted my channels? You have put yourselves in a position to be loathed, gazed upon as disgusting, spat on the shoes off, and with people having come to learn of 10 years of incarceration, just give me whole entire cars. Whole entire cars, nje. Cash. No higher purchase. No higher purchase. And I've got furniture. I told you the Lord regarded that furniture of mine as old school. I once saw my old fridge and my old microwave being those old school fridges that you find in the 60s that look like vinyl players. Yeah, the Lord showing me your furniture is as good as vintage. Where it's sitting in storage in your uncle's house is as good as vintage, because everything else, everything that you're going to put in your apartment is going to be brand new. And that apartment that's going to have brand spanking new stuff is not even going to be in the US as yet. You are first going to have your own place to stay right here in South Africa while the mission to relocate you to the US is en route. So essentially what I think is going to happen is that I'm just going to be sponsored to live on my own while plans are being made to move me over to America. You're going to give me compassion from America. You're going to give me compassion from America. Not just America, but the world. They're going to be gobsmacked. They're going to be gobsmacked that you literally nearly killed me. You deleted my channel while I was prophesying never mind over South Africa, but over the world, and especially Africa. You robbed people of me, and for that, you're going to have bananas and potatoes thrown at you. That's what's good. Please, do that. Give me my content back. I worked, guys. Do you know how long it takes with such slow internet speeds, because I'm far from the router, to sit around waiting, to upload content, to share with a whole bunch of miscreants with itching ears, gigs upon gigs of videos over a couple of hours days, with thumbnails, having in the run-up to committed onerous tasks just to edit those videos. Once I get them online, the level of satisfaction I feel is like I've delivered a paper, an assignment at varsity after burning the midnight oil, not sleeping, that was sitting on my mind for weeks before the due date, restlessly. Am I going to get the right papers to research? Am I going to have the right source materials? Blah, blah, blah. And once you submit it, you go home and you sleep the whole day and night because you were not able to rest before this assignment was due. Yeah, that's what me posting is. I barely, even this video, I'm not going to run it through just one video editor. No, I'm not going to run it, because I have to remove silences. That's a different video editor on its own. And collate the videos. I have to add music and all that jazz. I'm not going to add makeup from UCam. I'm using an application already that's recording with makeup. So the looks that I tend to have for makeup that are very, very elaborate with many colors, you're not going to see that because I'm insistent on getting this out on time. But even with something that is with little edits, I still have to run it through more than one video editor. More than one. The other day I was watching a video on YouTube, some woman that was commenting on something, I don't know, I think I was just listening to it. Her video was commentary on, I believe, some epidemic of plastic surgery in America. Every so often I watch random ad hoc stuff like that, and this woman clearly edited on CapCut, and because CapCut has now insisted on having a watermark wherever it is that you might put one on your screen, I could tell that this woman ran her video at least twice through CapCut because there were 2 of those watermarks on her screen. One of the watermarks was on the top right and the other watermark was on the top bottom, telling me that she probably either flipped her video or either horizontally or probably vertically, and so therefore by the next time that she exported her content, because she wanted it to be a particular way on CapCut, the next time she edited on CapCut again, the watermark placed again, and so she had like the CapCut watermark literally at the top and at the bottom. She did not run her video once through CapCut but twice. Many content creators run their videos through multiple softwares because they don't always have the luxury of editing everything just in one video editor. With me, I do my silences elsewhere, I add my makeup elsewhere, I add my stickers elsewhere, I add my captions elsewhere. Literally, I used to be able to do my captions on CapCut with everything else, but now CapCut is giving me grief. It crashes my computer like Filmora when I try to export captions, even if that's the only thing there. So now if I insist on having captions, I have to go to VN, Video Editor. So the captions, do you understand what I'm saying? Sometimes my video is just so big that I want to reduce it, and there are some video editing applications that once you export a standard definition video, even though the previous video was also standard definition, it comes in megs as opposed to gigs. So just for the sake and of reducing the size to make sure that the video exports on time, or at least within in a short space of time, you then run it through that app just in to reduce the size of the video so as to make it easy to upload on YouTube, and also to reduce the amount of space taken up on your computer. There are multiple softwares that I run my stuff through, and that is just a video on its own. That's just a video on its own. Alright? I made mention of the makeup app, the captions app, the stickers app, the music and collating app, 4 applications at a minimum on any given day. And then when I'm doing cartoonization, I then put it through a cartoonization app, following which I then put it through another app where I add stickers and the kind of filter that'll make it look like it's cartoon, right? And these apps vary. It could be, I don't even want to tell you what they are unless you should go and bribe all of those places, but sometimes I can put myself through 7 applications, right? When then I'm doing cartoonization. I then have to, and then that's just the video editing on its own. Once the video is nice and done and ready and baked and it's good to be on YouTube, I then go on Canva and sit in there for 2 to 3 hours doing thumbnails. Yeah, high pick does not take that long, where I remove background in order for, because I'm on an unplayed plan, mind you. Also, the market research that it took for me to find applications where I can do all of these things for free, seeing as I don't have money. The only one where I've paid a premium. Every year I always have some application that I'm paying for premium. Okay, this year the one that I've paid a premium for is UCam Makeup. I probably won't buy a premium plan anywhere else. So my Canva, there was a time when I was on Canva Pro, but then it expired, so now I am on the free plan on Canva, meaning that I can't remove background. So I had to find an application that can remove background for free. There's quite a few of them, right? I can do it on Beauty Plus, I can do it on high pick. There's quite a lot, like proper. You can go and bribe everybody if you want, but to remove the background from my pics that I take for my thumbnails is important, so that I don't just have like a square in the thumbnail that I put, in the picture that I put of myself on Canva on my thumbnails, so as to I guess create the look that I have pre-recorded or pre-snapped photos that pretty much have all the different kinds of facial expressions that I want for a picture that is on my thumbnail. However, for the non-animated, but for animated, because I keep on changing my animation, I am now creating thumbnails in real time. Do you understand? And then having to remove the background either on High Pick or Beauty Plus, blah, 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 blah. And then I import it over into Canva. Only then can I then put it in my thumbnail. But first I have to also now create the thumbnail, and creating the thumbnail on Canva when you're not pro is also kind of tough because you have to find images that are free so you can export it. That's what it is that I have to go through. All that work. This is why that's why this time around I'm boycotting, I am striking. This time around, it's a stay away. This time around, I realize my virtue, my worth, what it is that I have to offer, and I'm literally rescinding, I'm recanting, I'm retracting myself, and I am giving all of y'all a persona non grata, just like a Trump gave that random fool from South Africa, Ibrahim Rasool, that kind of status in the US. You are not going to be able to set foot over here. You literally don't get to make me work like a dog like that, where I was content to actually be posting content without being viewed. Because I trusted that I was going to get set free in the future. Now you also went and freaking deleted my channels. After sitting around for hours waiting for them to be uploaded, there was literally content. So there is content sitting around that I'm yet to put thumbnails on. I'm yet to post. I'm yet to publish. That's sitting already posted, uploaded on YouTube, waiting for me to create a thumbnail. And you made sure that I can't even share that now. I can't share it because you've deleted my freaking channels. You're not going to make me work like that anymore. Because I realize my worth now. Just the fact that you went to these extremes evidences that you freaking need me. There is something about me that you need to, otherwise you would have cancelled my third channel. My last one, my fifth one, sorry, my main channel, the one that's been around for a whole decade. Yeah, you would have taken that away too. But you didn't. You didn't delete everything. You only deleted 4 and left 1 so you can have your freaking bread buttered on both sides and have your cake eaten and eat it too. So you can get me to rock up here and share all of my glory with you while I sit around waiting to go and give some filth bag fellatio. Hi Shem, Askisi South Africa. Such things as these is the reason why I'm gonna get a BMW just land on my roof. Stuff like that is the reason why I'm gonna get a BMW just landing on my roof with a key dangling on some, hi, it's me. My name is Cranberry too. How you feeling? Just take me for a ride in your neighborhood, baby girl. And here, the license disc is not expired. All you need to do is go to licensing department and get your driver's license that has been expired for very many years renewed. But that's okay. We're going to pay for that too. And then you can drive around all of this Johannesburg, showing people your brand new white BMW. Little that BMW, even though this little vehicle Skotonki of mine, Mazda 2, that doesn't even have a battery, is sitting there waiting for a battery. I might not even need a battery. Just like proper, I might need to just put it on the market altogether. Kisa go on Deka as a second hand. Bangfes got the fellas I cash, and I'll just like, I don't know, maybe give it to my little sister. If she is good, maybe give it to my little sister. Yeah, give my little sister as a birthday present or whatever. Seeing as she doesn't have a car, but she has a driver's license. Yeah, drive safely around these Johannesburg streets. You have literally made sure that people are gonna have so much compassion and cry after my life, after what you did to me. You nearly killed me. Yeah, but I'm strong. And it is only because I'm as strong as I am that people were not devastated by my suicide. Just the fact that you would have put me at death's door, literally buried a woman that's completely alive in a casket. That's what's gonna get me given shopping sprees from here to Timbuktu to a point of sharing everything that I have with my whole family. Y'all are playing games, do you understand? Yeah, you're not gonna get me editing so violently, proper, like last night, this morning, 8 was saying, 8:30. I did not sleep all night long just to get this content online, only for me to wake up at 2 p.m. to discover that 4 of my YouTube channels are deleted completely from YouTube. Gone. I'm partaking in the sufferings of Christ, I get that, Mara. This time around, Hashem, stay away. You're not going to take me. You're not going to succeed to finish this thing. Oh my goodness, I'm on 28%, so, okay, this here is on 95%, so I can just switch on the phone. I wanted to read you the notifications before this closed. Let me charge this, right? I wanted to read you the crazy, this is so fast charging that this thing is now on 95%, so I can switch on my Android device now, which is going to catch Wi-Fi in a minute, and read you the notifications that I got from YouTube telling me that my channel has been deleted. Proper, against the will of America. This is not the US. I am certain this is not YouTube as a company or even YouTube South Africa. This is some rogue employees that are taking bribes, that are surveilling me carefully. You are not going to keep me buried. And even if you try, I can wait 7 months, get to Donald Trump to set me free. But I don't think I will have to. Not even. I did not work like a dog to create for myself an online presence like that. Anyway. Bury me. West Park Cemetery before my time. Hashem, you are not gonna cut my lifespan in short. Persona non grata. You are the ones that are going to be eliminated by the South African. What is going on over here? Not the South African, but you are the ones that are going to be eliminated as the South African conglomerate of no-brainers that wreak havoc in the lives of people. Okay, no, I don't want to delete this before I know what in the world is going on. I'll focus on this once I'm able to concentrate completely on my phone. You see, because I'm doing edits, like proper guys, like I've got stuff up and coming that I'm busy editing. I've got stuff that I'm busy editing. That's my new animation that's up and coming. Like, look at the stuff that I have created over here. How can such beautiful work that I'm out here busy doing, editing. Quiet.
So you know, it's quieter. It's just not working like this one. So I don't know what to do. Ain't what the fed about this. Whatever.
I mean, you don't grab such a darling and a jock host woman, Njefela Osona, that works so hard to get stuff done. Listen.
You cannot plug it. And then it dies. So you know, it's quieter. It's just...
You don't get to do stuff like that to a person that is just so lovable and expect to...
You know how to make things disappear. Like me. Like nausea. And so you eat the first one. That's pity. Well, at the end of the day, pain in the body. There's actually this joke from back in the day that I read on email about body parts. Like,
okay, cool beans and bananas, right? So this is a video this is present edits that I'm currently doing. I have moved this video batch from the phone that I'm recording on now to here because this phone is an older Android that has a never screen timeout. In other words, your screen does not have to time out. You don't have to close. And there's an application that I edit on that's not like all the other video editing applications that stay open on your phone while exporting. It can freeze. It can close on you. The screen can, the screensaver can appear. And once the screensaver appears and you reopen it again, I mean, essentially when your phone locks and you reopen your phone again, the application starts exporting from scratch. And I find that very frustrating. But this phone, this Android device has got a never option in terms of locking screen. So I had to move all of these edited videos in here in that phone where is my primary recording device. After editing them, running them through a whole bunch of software, I ran them through FunnyCam, I ran them through FaceWalk, I ran them through CapCut, I ran them through UCam, like over days. And it's a how many parts? This is 9 parts, 18 videos in total, animation and me as a normal talking head. Okay, 18 videos that I ran through about 5 applications on that phone over a couple of days. And then because of the fact that on that device, the application that animates, that enables for me to finish the cartoon off, again, it does not stay open when you are exporting. It times out. They have not built that functionality like on CapCut and other applications like Vidma. Like UCam, you can just leave your phone there and it'll stay open. Yeah, there are some applications that don't have that right. So you have to keep on touching your screen to make sure that it doesn't close on you or lock on you. And the frustration can be when you've got a very long video that is exporting over maybe like an hour or even 45 minutes or half an hour. And you have to start again from scratch. So I had to export all that content onto my Mac and from my Mac onto this phone so I could use the feature here. So I changed the settings on this phone to never lock, never close, stay open like this. Like if I don't actively lock this phone, if I don't lock it, it's not gonna lock on its own. You have to actually lock it. Yes, it does use a pin code. Mara, you have to unlock it, but if you don't unlock it, literally I could sit here for like 2 hours and this phone would stay like this. So this is what I needed for that application to work on this phone. Never ever close. So I say export to the nth degree, and it's the one that does the best animation for me. I mean, those pit stops that I have to make from one phone to the next. iPhone was also another place where I was recording because certain applications only exist on the Apple Store. And then because my iPhone has got such little space and I don't have the most recent iPhone, I then had to move that content from my iPhone to my computer, from my computer to one of my Android devices, edit it there, and like pop up all that stuff that I have to go through. Only for you to freaking delete my YouTube channel. Elohora, I have not done anything that is warrant worthy, that deserves. It was gratuitous. I did not deserve a community strike, guideline strike. I did not deserve, yes, like it, guys, the kinds of infringements that people have to walk in. The kinds of infringements that people have to walk in to get their channels deleted are so tall. I mean, Ruslan, KD.